Solana leaned down, whispering in Kirk's ear. If this is all in your head, maybe you can think up whatever dungeon or encounter we go into. It's worth a try, Kirk said. I want to put him in something easy and teach him how to heal every class in the game, Ichiro said. The bee temple is easy. Red's eyes went wide with fear. I'm severely allergic to bees. If Blues does his job, you won't have to worry. I'll go find an EpiPen, Solana said, walking away from the party to check the shops. Not long after Solana found an EpiPen, the party stood at the dark entrance to the bee temple. Where did she find an EpiPen in Nestrana? We don't know. She found one. Everyone stood at the front of the stone steps. Each step was large enough for a halfling like Red to lie down and still have room to roll around. The carved sandstone was covered in moss, and some steps were full of treacherous cracks, threatening to swallow up a wayward adventurer. Far below the temple stairs, a wind rushed through an opening. One could barely see the crumbling statue of a giant bee in front. At one time, the statue was alight with torches and candles. Offerings of honey-laced sweets were long decayed, leaving clay plates at the foot of the statue in various states of breakage. Ichiro stood with his robes billowing in the breeze, staring at an empty wrist as if a watch should be there. He tapped one foot, crossing his arms over his chest. Everyone else shifted from side to side, waiting to see what the new mentor planned to do. 2 quiet footsteps landed behind Red. Then they moved to Kirk's right side. After that, the footsteps settled next to Solana. Whenever anyone turned their head, no one was there. Ichiro gave them a feral grin, reaching out his hand to put it around someone's shoulder. Suddenly, another catboy appeared under the arm. He was a scruffy-looking young man with a mop of brown hair and freckles dotted across his face. 2 gray-brown ears twitched with delight, and a tail with a tuft of fur swished around his legs. Friends, Ichiro announced, I want to introduce you to Blue's first lesson in healing, the Rogue. Kirk squinted his eyes at the other catboy. Excuse me? I'm a rogue. Why didn't you just ask me? He's more advanced, Ichiro said. Go on, show them. The other catboy produced 2 daggers from his belt, holding both between thumb and forefinger. He twirled them in the air, moving so fast it seemed the daggers spun on the heel of his palm. Once the impressive display had finished, he tossed both knives above him. A puff of smoke left the daggers hanging in midair before they fell to the ground. 2 hands darted from nowhere, grasping the handles and pulling them into the shadows of the temple columns. The sound of soft slashing filled their ears, and then there was silence. Red stood with wide-eyed shock, not noticing his trousers had fallen around his ankles, exposing the man's thin and hairy legs, along with his starched white underwear. Red? Blues whispered, pointing to his pants. Holy! Red scrambled to pull the trousers up, looking at the remnants of his shredded belt. Now how am I supposed to keep my pants up? I've got rope in here somewhere, I'm sure. Yeah, here. Kirk handed Red a short length of rope. Tighty-whities, Red? I didn't take you for the type. They're comfortable and supportive, Red huffed, tying a tight knot around his waist for emphasis. He's a better rogue than me, Kirk conceded. Ichiro nodded. It's going to be a great lesson for Blues. Come on out, buddy. Tell them who you are. The rogue appeared next to Blues, jerking his thumb toward his chest. My name is Genji Uzumaki. Believe it. Solana slapped her face with an open palm, sighing heavily. Are you serious? He shrugged. My name was Sasuke, but they made me change it. Copyright issues, you know. Why does every rogue have to have some anime name? Solana threw her hands in the air. Hey! Kirk frowned. Genji shrugged. I didn't do this. Blame the developers. There are no developers. Yet. Kirk frowned.